Bulletcast for life.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Bulletcast. We are about the number 27 sports and recreational podcast. Yet again, we are the only sports recreational podcast that is simply just too sweet. I'm your host, I'm the Podfather. I'm an instant classic, and I am the reigning, defending Bulletcast champion, just like Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, Roddy Strong, and Adam Cole, baby. This title reign is hashtag forever undisputed. I have on the panel today, he's a former Bulletcast champion, Mex Mendoza.
Former, not a former. Former Bulletcast champion.
Yes, former, as in may never, actually will never happen again. I have a guy who got Brent.
How did that happen, though?
I don't know.
I beat you.
Back to my show.
Do it again.
Back to my show. I have a guy that got Brandon and I stuck in Daly City. A man who legitimately thinks he can beat up Brock Lesnar. Ulysses Lopez. How's it going, man?
Doing good. And speaking of getting stuck in in Daly City, I got a new starter. So next time we go out to a show, we're gonna use my car.
No, we're taking Sweet Jules. Taking Brandon's car. Speaking of Brandon, he's on the panel. A former Bulletcast champion, first ever Bulletcast champion, 3-time Bulletcast champion. He hates you if you're from Toronto, Saskatchewan, Vancouver, all that other stuff. The Canadian Destroyer, Brandon. How's it going, buddy?
I appreciate you saved the best for last.
Oh, of course, man. You're my tag team partner.
It's a crowded booth over here
I know.
today. 4 people. We struggle to sometimes just get us 2 together, but now we have 4 people.
I know, right?
And we still haven't found that guy that used to be here all the time.
Oh, yeah. You know, I reached out to him. Did he want to be on the 100th episode? He is not reaching back. I follow him on Instagram. Apparently, he has a new little booth hang. So, congratulations.
Good for that guy.
That guy who used to be here. Yeah, he's getting the Benoit treatment. All right. I'm giving somebody else a Benoit treatment also. So, quick story time. I'm in San Francisco on Tuesday night. I get a drink thrown in my face. I was with, Sean Tyner. Yeah, I was with him and these 2 girls who I coached last season, right?
Are they above 18?
Yes, they are above 18.
Okay, there we go.
No, I know. You guys know Tyner's into that. Woohoo! But not I.
I gotta throw Tyner's dirty laundry out.
Dude, Tyner likes girls who are old enough to play on playgrounds. It's a whole thing. Anyway, so yeah, I joke like I'm not gonna pay for one of the girls' meals, and check comes. I'm like, Tyner's and I together. Hers is on a separate check. I'm like, you can wash some dishes back there to pay off your meal. It was just $16. That's about an hour and a half worth of work. I would assume, So then she looks at me, starts to call her dad, saying to come get her or pay for her meal or whatever, all the way in San Francisco. And so Tyner's like, he'll pay for it. I'm like, no, man, you don't have to, because Tyner doesn't have any money. So she gets up, throws her lemonade in my face, and then walks off.
And this has to do with the show. Why?
It's just a fair warning. I have this platform to where I can speak about things I want to speak about. So look, Ilse, if you think you can really throw a drink in the champ's face, you're really deadly mistaken. Now you can play this for your mommy, your daddy, and your stupid little bunny too. I really don't give a rat's ass. Just know the Podfather's going to get you back, and you can bet your ass you're going to know when it's me. Now let's talk about some professional wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. Outside of the ring, Nick Miller has been released from NXT. Brandon, you alluded to this on your Under the Radar show. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it? Award-winning Under the Radar, ladies and gentlemen.
That's still looking for an email. If you want to email a question to Under the Radar, it's utrmailbag@gmail.com. If you email it, I guarantee you'll be on the episode.
Oh, of course, absolutely.
Anyway, so Nick Miller has been released from NXT. A mutual parting of ways. Apparently he had a kid in Australia. Not exactly sure how much that played into it, but he's just not going to be back at NXT. No bad blood. He might be there eventually, but the Mighty kind of sad what's happened to them. They're so over as a babyface tag team. They turn heel after they get injured and they were gone for like a year, and they just haven't really been the same since.
Yeah, I got to see the Mighty when they were at that NXT television taping in San Jose, the Thursday before War Games. I enjoyed the Mighty. I enjoyed their tag team. I enjoyed TM61. I wish Nick Miller the best of luck in all his future endeavors. Any thoughts or comments, guys?
No, I just heard about it in Wrestle Talk, but that was about it. Like, I didn't know this guy was an actual person, or he was in the tag team, and he got released.
Wow, you didn't know he existed?
I didn't know. I don't watch NXT.
All lives matter, Carlos.
Okay.
Ulysses, any thoughts, comments, concerns?
He has responsibilities at home, and he has to take care of those responsibilities. And like you said, Paul Father, best of luck in his future endeavors.
Yes. All right, Y2J. He's wearing a Judas shirt, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Carlos, you can't see it because the video didn't want to work. Goddamn studio. Anyway, second wave, the Jericho Cruise 2 is apparently happening in 2019. We going, boys? I said, hell yeah.
Only if they leave from Long Beach. I ain't traveling to Miami, but if they go from Long Beach, I'll go.
Yeah, apparently the first one was a great success. You know, they had wrestling and rock and roll mixed in together. You know,
Comedy, too.
hey, comedy, yeah. You could just be chilling at the bar and you might be sitting next to Mick Foley or John Morrison or Cody Rhodes or Pharaoh, the dog. You know, you never know.
I heard Raven's stand-up act killed.
Ah, Raven, his flock is flourishing at the moment.
At Impact?
Raven,
Yeah. Raven's in Impact. We don't talk about Impact very often, but Raven is back on the show. And shout out to the Smoke Show. The only reason that I kind of watch Impact sometimes.
wait a second.
You didn't know he was back on Impact?
He's so old.
Shout out Raven.
Oh God! Shout out Raven. Shout out Raven.
No, but I heard Chris Jericho had to do like 3 concerts at the cruise.
Oh yeah, you know you gotta keep the show going. Oh yeah.
Dude has so many songs like, to sing. Like I don't know.
I mean, Judas is the only one that really matters to me, though.
I think Painless is pretty good.
Painless is a good one. Enemy from one of their older
Yeah,
albums
that
is very good. All right, moving on from that, we got some NXT call-ups coming up pretty soon. Lars Sullivan, who we've known about for a while. Heavy Machinery, Tucker Knight, and what is it, Otis Donovic or Dojovic? I apologize.
Come on.
Nikki Cross, the Twisted Sister from NXT Insanity. Lacey Evans, I think that was a Vince pick. And EC3, Ethan Carter III. A man who campaigned for a world championship in TNA like a president.
If I was Triple H and I wanted to keep NXT as strong as possible, and Vince said, bring up two men, 2 women, and a tag team, these people would probably be the people I would pick to give to Vince, and they would not really make a difference in the NXT product whatsoever, because these are all the people that I think Vince would think would be great stars, but Triple H thinks that they would do great, that they wouldn't do all that well in NXT. Lacey Evans, she's been okay, but I mean, nobody else has really done well. I'm very high on Heavy Machinery. I think Heavy Machinery could be a great tag team if they kind of tone down the comedy aspect and bring up their badassery. But it's Vince McMahon.
I would have picked up the Undisputed Era, like.
No, it's way too soon.
Yeah.
No. Undisputed Era.
That's my point. Triple H don't want NXT to suffer because of Vince McMahon being an idiot.
And you can't. And I know what Triple H is coming from. You can't just gut NXT from all their top talent just for the.
I mean, I don't know. Like when
they got Gargano going to Evolution or whatever it's called, Evolution, whatever.
Evolution.
Evolve.
Oh, Evolve.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a partnership with them. That's okay.
Yeah, but like instead of sending him there, why don't you send him up to the main roster?
See, I look at it like this: Undisputed Era, they're the tag champs, and they still have some stuff to do in NXT. Gargano has unfinished business with Ciampa. Black has a title match at TakeOver Phoenix. Ciampa's the champion. Velveteen Dream, as good as he is right now, he still has a hell of a lot more to do in NXT. And Ricochet's the North American champion. Like, you can't take that core group of talent and just throw them on the main roster. You know, in given time, they'll go up there and it'll be right.
Yeah, right now they're doing great things in NXT, and from Triple H's point of view, why would you take that away from them?
Yeah, because going back a few years, when they took Balor, Neville, Owen, Zayn, and the girls, the 4 horsewomen, when they left, we were like, what's going to happen to NXT? But they've continued to progress over time, and they have a stable unit right now. I want to see these guys in NXT for 2019.
I feel like EC3 is going to get lost in the mid card.
No, he's big.
I think out of all all the people, EC3 has the highest upside.
Yeah.
Just because he's a WWE guy, he's been there before.
He's a Carter.
He has a good look to him, even though that vignette he had was kind of weird. I wasn't the biggest fan of that one.
Yeah.
I mean, to each his own. But
it's a rich guy. Got some moolah, some money.
Showed off those nice glutes.
Oh, of course, absolutely. Well, speaking of Owens and Zayn, they will be returning to WWE very soon. Are we excited, guys?
I am super excited for Zayn and Owens coming back.
I just want to hear that theme song.
Which one?
Sami Zayn's theme song.
Sami Zayn?
Oh, yeah.
I enjoy it.
Big Fish vibe to it.
Yeah. whenever KO's on TV, the rent gets raised maybe slightly. When he's sadistic Kevin Owens, fun-loving Kevin Owens, is it hilarious? Yeah, but I love the prize fighter, that 2015 guy who beat up John Cena and did all these dastardly things to his best friend.
Who did it for his kids?
Exactly.
Did it for The Rock.
Shout out Rikishi, Bay Area. Shout out Rikishi. All right, so Raw's viewership increases because Vince McMahon. I'm wearing the Vince McMahon mugshot shirt, ladies and gentlemen. And whenever the big boss comes on TV, the rent gets raised a whole lot. Stock goes up. So I have the stats here. The first hour this week, 2.72 million viewers. Last week in the first hour was 2.35 million. The second hour this week, 2.56 million. Last week, 2.19 million. The third hour, 2.37 million. Last week, 2.5 million. So a nice substantial little increase since the McMahons were on TV.
I don't think they will ever go back to 2 hours, though.
No, there's too much money there.
Yeah, they get more money just by having a third hour.
I mean, when this TV deal, this new USA TV deal is done in a few years, we'll see, But
I doubt it, though.
I don't think so.
They hyped up their return a lot, so you would hope that it would pop a big rating.
Yeah.
It kind of did. We can talk about what they actually did in that segment a little bit later.
We'll talk some Monday Night Raw.
But when you advertise Vince to shake things up, it's obviously people are gonna want to watch.
It's hilarious. They're like, "Oh, I blame Baron Corbin for this." In reality, we all know it's Vince behind the show.
I mean, we're gonna get into all that once we talked about
All right.
Monday Night Raw. Inside of the ring, let's hit that up real quick. Sorry about your damn luck. James Storm, former Beer Money Tag Team member, former TNA World Champion. He is challenging Nick Aldis for the NWA World Championship on January 5th of 2019. That's going to be a nice little day. You got that, Wrestle Kingdom the night before. There's some indie show going on that has some pretty nice heat behind it the day after on the 6th. So it's going to be a nice little couple days in January. Do I think Storm's going to win? No. Nick Aldis, he's the oldest crusade, as he says, or he has the oldest crusade around his waist, the NWA World's title, 10 pounds of gold.
Yep.
But it's nothing like my bullet cast title, the 10 pounds of aluminum.
This guy.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Storm challenging for the NWA title?
Not much. Match should be okay. I don't see James Storm being the champion. I don't exactly know who I would see being the next NWA champion. I still am not completely turned on Nick Aldis. I think you can have somebody better, but I just don't know who that is.
I mean, Cody should still be NWA champion, but that's a story for another time.
I agree with that.
Yeah. All right, so the Elite, the Elite, they say farewell to Ring of Honor. They have their final battle at Final Battle.
I see what you did there.
Yep. Thoughts on Cody, the Bucks, Paige, Skrull, all leaving the territory?
I don't think Squirrel's leaving the territory yet. They gave him a new stable.
Oh yeah, the Villain Enterprises or whatever.
Yeah, so he still has a year or something in the contract.
No, actually, no. He's still with them through that major show at the Garden WrestleMania weekend.
I think they're all somehow connected still to that show, but not as contracted under Ring of Honor.
Cody said he will not be at that show. So I mean,
We're gonna have to wait till the end of January. They said they're gonna be a major announcement, and I think we all know what that is.
But I
Then
do
we
want to
just
see
have to
what
wait and
happens
see.
with Milk Aldis and damn, I forgot his name now.
Who?
The Ring of Honor champ.
Jay Lethal?
Jay Lethal.
Black Machismo.
Yeah, he like that whole stare down in the ramp after Cody was walking away with Brandy, and who's that girl that Aldis had?
I forgot her name. Yeah, she accompanies him to the ring now.
Yeah,
Attractive.
this is interesting.
It is. All right. Well, the Briscoes become 10-time Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions.
Battle Wars.
Thoughts on it?
I've watched ROH for a while now, and for the Briscoes to become 10-time tag team champions, been there since day one, is absolutely astonishing. I wish nothing but goodwill towards the Briscoes. Them boys, because they've been there since day one, and they're arguably the backbone of ROH. When you think of ROH, I think of them boys. I think of the Briscoes.
Yes.
Well, when they face off against two teams that are leaving the territory, it was pretty obvious that they were going to win the championship. That's why that was one of the picks I got right, out of a very few.
What do you think of their TLC match they had?
I don't watch the product. That's why I didn't get. That's why I didn't get all the.
Ladder Wars, guys. It was so.
It was Briscoes, Bucks, and what?
SCU.
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 I am SCU negative. That's my blood type, ladies and gentlemen. All
Or
right.
NCU.
All right, moving on from that. Mickie James, she has 164 matches on Raw. Has the most matches for a female superstar in Monday Night Raw history. So congratulations to Mickie James.
I mean, she's been there long enough. I'm pretty sure. Who has like the most for the men? Like John Cena.
Yeah, I'd say Cena's.
On Raw, yeah.
Cena the most consistent. Yeah.
That's without us doing our calculations.
Yeah.
I think
He's
Kane
wrestled-
has the most wins or something like that.
He's wrestled twice on Raw.
Or maybe Kane.
Numerous times.
Kane might have the most.
It could be. I'd have to look that up and figure that out. But, congrats to Mickie James. All right, moving on from that, let's talk some This Day in Wrestling. Let's get through these pretty quick. All right, so on this day in 1976, the WWF ran Madison Square Garden. Bruiser Brody was on that show. Bobo Brazil and Bruno Sammartino defeated was it Stan Stasiak for the
Sean
heavy.
Stasiak.
Oh, Sean Stasiak, my bad.
You turn around and look at me like I know this.
I mean,
Apparently, I know it.
I was like Stan
alive.
or Sean.
I don't think my dad was alive at the time.
Defeated him for the heavyweight title of the world. NWO 2000 on this day in 1999 on Nitro.
Mr. Slapnuts himself.
Don't piss me off.
Yep.
Yep.
Jeff Jarrett.
Yep. I'd spell the name, but I don't want to. Any thoughts about NWO 2000?
Not really.
Not really.
It's WCW in the year 2000. What is there to say?
You got some point
All right.
there.
MLW King of the Kings 2002. Nice little tournament they held. There was a Raw on this day in 1999. It was when the McMahon Helmsley regime was at power. Hunter and Stephanie were making matches. They made a boiler room brawl. It was all good fun. And a tribute to the troops happened on this day in 2003. This is the one where Austin stuns Johnny Cena. Yes. And lastly, there was a Raw on this day in 2004. This is the famous NFL parody with Trish Stratus and a towel, and Shelton Benjamin's in the locker room, and Vince is there like, the sexual undertones, the racial undertones. Benjamin's like, excuse me. He's like, well, you may not know this, Shelton, but you're an African American, and we all know they're attracted to white Canadian women with broken noses and towels. You have to get out of here right now. It was it stupid? Yeah, but I watched it last night. I got a few chuckles out of it. Any thoughts on that?
I mean, I thought you were gonna talk about like kind of like they did like XFL thing, like the camera guy runs into the women's locker room.
No,
I literally have. I probably watched this, but I have no idea what you're talking about.
it's
It was
hell.
actually a great segment.
It's hilarious, man.
I remember it though.
It's hilarious. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the fan mail. We got 5 of them this week.
Damn.
5 big ones. Yep. This one's for Brandon and myself.
Yeah,
If you
not
got-
for you guys. Stay away.
Oh my
What
god.
those are.
If you all right, this is from Hootie Who 420, your boy.
Who to who? Or it could be like Catfish, where you just like put in their names even though they didn't actually send it to them.
Wow.
Nah, don't do it.
All right.
You do that, Philip?
No. All right. If you guys were a tag team, who would be your inspiration, and who would you mold?
We're a tag team.
Yeah, that's what he's asking.
Charlie Haas, Shelton Benjamin.
Oh my god. Who would you
The
mold
world's
yourself?
greatest team.
Who would you mold yourselves after, and how long would it take for you guys to win the championships?
Well, I mean, we all know that. You know, I'm the heater, and then you get the hot tag. You know, because you're the big star. You're
business-
the powerhouse.
I'm the Sean. Let's just I'm the Sean here.
The
You know.
Sean of the group.
I'm the Sean of the group. Yep. Or you know what? I don't know, man.
Billy and Chuck.
No.
No,
No. Maybe
Festus and what's the other name?
Jesse. I mean, I don't know, man.
Bruce
We
and
could
Domino?
be like Miz and Morrison. Which one do you want to be? I'll be Miz.
that's fine.
How about Bruce and Domino?
Do
Shout
some
out
Domino.
Morrison. I was
Domino
watching
follows me on
the
Twitter.
season
Shout out.
finale of Survivor was yesterday. I saw Morrison on that.
Oh, really?
Don't even watch Survivor, but
That's nice,
I
man.
was watching the Ellen game show yesterday for some godly reason. It was
Ellen
like
DeGeneres?
it was like the holiday special, and there's nothing else on. It was 10 o'clock at night, and I was watching Ellen's Game of Games.
That's nice, man.
Completely sober, too.
Oh.
What am I doing with my life?
I don't know, man. Ellen DeGeneres, she can move though. She can dance. The little dancing segments where she's dancing in the crowd. I enjoy it.
John Cena was on Ellen like Tuesday, I believe.
Wow! Shout out Big Match John.
Got to
Ar-
plug that Bumblebee movie.
All right, Mr. Toledo.
Holy Toledo.
How do you book Becky or Charlotte challenging Rousey for the Raw Women's title at
Well,
Mania?
it's pretty simple. You have Becky, because we all know Becky's the one everybody wants to see. You have Becky win the championship, and she says, screw Asuka. I'm going after Ronnie for the championship.
No.
And she wins. She beats up Ronnie, and she's the new Raw Women's Champion.
This is what we do. Back in 1994, Lex Luger and Bret Hart both hit the
Oh,
floor
I
at the same
remember
time, and at Mania,
Pretty sure I said that exact same finish on Under the Radar. So you're stealing my gimmick.
I didn't even finish listening to that show, bro.
Yeah, I think you. Oh, it was actually the beginning when I was talking about TLC.
I don't
so
even remember.
I think it's like deep in your subconscious. So I'm taking credit for both of these ideas.
Okay, look, anyway, that's what happens. And instead of how Yokozuna had to defend his title twice in one night at WrestleMania 10, they both won her. We have a triple threat. Becky taps out Rousey, the man supreme, and she's light and raw on fire because she's straight fire.
That is true.
All right.
I would book it like that. To
Yeah?
be honest, yeah.
What about you?
I don't know, man. I think it should just be Becky and just Ronda facing off. That's it.
So what happens to Charlotte at Mania? What does she do?
Go face Oscar.
Nah. I think Nikki Cross and Asuka can have some magic at Mania.
Yeah.
They had that nice last...
Vicky Cross, shout out Sean Stewart.
He's going to Wrestle Kingdom.
Wow.
I know.
Tiff T.
TLC and Wrestle Kingdom. That's a nice little 2-weeker for him.
Wow.
Yeah, he said he'd bring me back a souvenir, so we'll see.
So
Bring me back a
to
souvenir.
Charlotte,
I want
just
something.
Have her do the women's battle royal. I mean, you've seen her constantly at Mania. Like, let's have Becky have a moment.
Yeah.
I mean, last year Becky was in the battle royal, and the year before that, I think.
Well, that's before she was the man. So we'll see. We shall see. Oh, my phone. All right. This is from The Bash. What are some things you think TNA has done well in the last 2 to 3 years?
Well, first I have to watch TNA to actually know what they've been doing well.
Wow.
I think structurally, what I've been hearing, it seems like it's a well-booked show. I think it's like in past 10 years, it was they had good talent, but they had terrible storylines. Now they have good storylines, but they don't have the best talent.
Yeah.
So now it's just you got to find that balance.
Yeah.
And they have some some faces of they got Raven, of course. So that's going to really turn things around for them.
Ravens flock in
Ravens
2019,
flock.
man.
But I think
It's like 1997 all over again.
they do some good things, but then they also do some like dumb things. So I think it's still a work in progress. Who even knows if they're going to be around by the end of 2020 or even 19? But
Is Don Callis still in charge of creative for TNA?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And ever since then, I've been hearing nothing but pretty positive reviews coming
Yeah.
from the TNA camp.
Honestly, for me, they didn't put the title on Cody Rhodes. Like, as soon as a WWE guy leaves, they sign him, they put the title on him. It happened with Angle, it happened with Christian. Like, I think that was probably their best thing, because, Cody was only there for a limited time anyway, so not putting the title on him, I think that was something good that Impact Wrestling did. But, we'll see if they can flourish in the near future. Oh, this one's for me.
just for you,
Yes. X80 brand. So, episode 100, Podfather, are you really gone?
I mean, you keep talking all that ish, and then you're just gonna ignore it like it never happened, like it's WWE or something.
Wow, throwing shade. I mean, somebody has to lead the revolution. Somebody has to lead the audio revolution.
The revolution will be published on SoundCloud.
Yes. So I think I might have to stick around. Honestly, I said that because, like, episode 50, that's when I got burnt out. I've been burnt out for, like, 49 weeks doing podcast or whatever. I've just been, like, on autopilot. Still giving you guys that performance-enhancing audio, by the way. But, it's... I think I'll continue. I think I'll stick around.
That's what all the dictators say.
Whoa.
I'm gonna give it up. I'm gonna give up. I'm gonna step down.
Whoa.
He went there.
That's the start of the dictatorship.
Hey,
They
man.
get elected, and then they say, "I ain't giving this up," and then next thing you know,
So,
okay. Anyway,
Jack of all trades emails us. This is the last email. Bullet Cast title defended at Wrestle Kingdom with a question mark.
Oh,
I say yes.
I
say yes.
No,
yeah.
I don't get a rematch clause?
no, dude. He had a
Shane McMahon said that rematch clauses are null and void now. No such thing as automatic rematch clauses.
Yes,
Fresh start.
we have to listen to Best in the World, Shane McMahon.
Come on, 101, episode 101, fresh out of Wrestle Kingdom.
Look, man, I look at it like this. You know what? I'll give you guys Dominion. I'll give you New Japan Marks Dominion if Cody retains the U.S. title.
It's not gonna happen. He's gonna lose it
Then
to
I
Juice.
guess it's never going to be defended for a New Japan show.
See, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. Dictatorship right here.
Yep. Big dictatorship.
Totalitarian government.
Big dictatorship. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about some Monday Night Raw.
That's why you're Sheldon Benjamin. I'm Charlie House.
Okay, dude. Look, I'm Miz. You're Morrison. That's the end of it. Okay.
He put himself to bench.
All right. Look, I'll be Gerald Briscoe. You can be Pat Patterson.
I gotta be Pat Patterson. Can I say something?
my God, no.
Shut up, Pat Patterson.
Shout out Pat Patterson.
I was gonna meet him at the Cow Palace.
It's like
but he was
$60.
charging way too much money.
Yeah, he was.
And you had to like buy a book. I was like, I only got like $30, and I thought I was gonna meet Rey Mysterio, but then he chickened out because it was like too late, and his flight got delayed. And
Dude, I hear Rey Mysterio's always late. Anyway, moving on from that. So, the big boss, Vince McMahon, comes back to shake things up again. He talks about how, the McMahons are going to take back Raw. Stephanie comes out there. Trips comes out there. It's always great seeing Trips on TV. And then Shane, commissioner of SmackDown, is on Monday Night Raw. The McMahon-Helmsley regime is back, I feel like. They're going to take back Raw. They say new matchups, new storylines. We're going to give the power to you, the WWE Universe. And then Baron Corbin gets basically what happened to him at TLC. Same thing that happened the next night.
I wonder how many times I rehearsed that.
What?
That little speech they all gave, like they just like.
Oh no, the McMahons are excellent on the mic. It's one take. They're all OTKs.
Vince McMahon's going downhill. We can talk about that Miz segment on SmackDown.
Hey, that Miz. Hold on.
That was pure comedy.
I'll
right
defend that Miz segment.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, man.
Here we go.
Here goes,
You're gonna tear us to shreds.
Anyways, they said they're going to shake things up, and I know this is kind of more of a broad picture thing, but Raw and SmackDown, if you would have told me, if they didn't tell me that they're shaking things up 1,000 times during the two shows, I wouldn't have noticed a difference. It was basically the same show.
Yeah, I mean,
more people complaining about their pushes, like they're Dolph Ziggler.
yeah. Look, I saw somebody on Twitter was like, "Oh, companies when they make changes, it takes time." That's true, but you don't tell us you're gonna shake things up like you just said all those times and then not go through with it. What I want to see something like no more absentee champions, strip the title off of Brock, have a tournament because you guys know I love tournaments, and then the winner of that tournament faces Braun at the Rumble for the Universal title.
What kind of tournament are we talking about?
I don't know, not a round robin, just a regular, if 2 and out, like a regular tournament. If you lose 2, you're out, something like that.
Kind of like the G1.
No.
Dude,
We've talked about
Wrestle
Wrestle Kingdom enough on this. Like New Japan's gotten all the talk they're gonna get on the show today.
I say have the Universal title because it's a major title. Have like a G1 tournament.
Dude, we don't have that much time until Royal Rumble. Like, dude,
Have the whole Rumble be based off that.
no.
When they said that they were going to start listening to the fans, I thought they were going to go back to like 2012 when they like had all those Twitter votes or whatever. I thought they were going to start doing that again.
People power.
Honest to God, man, like bring back the anonymous general manager. Like, just do that.
People power.
Dude, I hate that guy so much.
He's a Bella.
He is.
He's a diva like Rusev.
Oh, we're gonna get into that. Yeah. So anyway, Kurt Angle, Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle, he defeats Baron Corbin, and yeah, that happened.
Kurt Angle returns to wrestle on Raw, and nobody's talking about it.
Nobody's
like he returned to TLC, and nobody's talking about it. Like this should be a big deal.
I popped huge when he returned to TLC.
I got it spoiled because I was behind the camera, and it showed a little tight intro. I was like, "Oh, Kurt Angle's gonna come back," and then he came back. So.
Did you get spoiled for the rest of the show for Christmas?
No, I don't read spoilers.
I did see something get spoiled for me, but we're not going to talk about that because we're a spoil-free podcast.
Yes.
We are a fresh podcast. No spoils.
No spoilers. We're fresh produce.
And just
We ain't romaine.
And just a quick,
We iceberg out here.
just a quick thing about Kurt Angle's return. He looks probably the best shape I've seen him in a couple of years. Yeah. He actually looks.
He's no
good.
2011 Kurt Angle though. That
No.
guy was in tip-top shape.
Yeah.
That's when he was high off his keister.
How old is he now? Like 48 years
He's 50,
old?
dude.
50?
He's 50.
Wow. Yeah, so he still looks pretty good shape.
He
for
looks
50 years
all right.
old. Yeah.
But that neck is being held together with duct tape and spit.
Man, a little gum too.
Yeah.
All right, so Finn Balor defeats Dolph Ziggler via disqualification because the Scottish Terminator Drew McIntyre interferes.
So now we're going to get a triple threat match. Whoop-de-doo.
Yes,
What makes him the Scottish Terminator?
look at him.
Does he do the?
He's big and
Kenny
big.
Omega.
God damn it! Look at him. He's big.
And hairy.
God damn it, he's big.
And strong.
Look at that hair.
Should call him the chosen
He's
one.
sexual.
Whoa. There are no sexual
You guys are
undertones.
saying he's big, he's strong, and look at that hair.
He's
I'm just like,
look at him from when he debuted in 2010 to now. He's bigger and he's stronger
And he's veiny.
and he's veiny. Like, look at it.
It.
We can tell who has a childish mind over here.
God,
Yeah.
Ulysses.
What? It's just,
Look, you can talk when Mandy Rose comes up, okay?
oh man, I'm gonna talk.
You should talk the whole podcast. All right, yeah. So moving on from that, Dean Ambrose, the new Intercontinental Champion.
Who, Bane?
Yes, Bane Ambrose. He cuts a promo talking about how Seth slipped up and he beat him. I actually enjoyed the match at TLC. I did. You know, I watched it back with the commentary. I enjoyed it a little bit more. I stand by it. I gave it a B.
You could have chopped it by 10 minutes. Go balls to the wall. Would have been much better.
True, but I gave it a B.
3 consecutive 25-minute matches were not good for the crowd.
Dude, the show could have went on 2 more hours. I would have loved it.
You're in the minority.
I would have loved every minute of it. I mean, they have me. Vince has me.
Vince
He
doesn't
has
have
you
me.
what?
He has me.
Okay.
Yeah, so Ambrose cuts a promo. Then he talks about, Rollins come out here. Then he has an open challenge. And who shows up? Tyler Breeze, Prince Pretty.
Second week in a row, he's answering an open challenge.
Yes, man. I mean, you forget how good Tyler Breeze was in NXT, having matches with Neville and Zayn and that awesome Fatal 4-Way with him. Yeah, with him, Neville, Zayn, and Tyson Kidd when he was allowed to wrestle. Like, you forget how good Tyler Breeze was, man. Like, throw Tyler... I don't know, just do something with them.
Have Jushin Thunder Liger come back and face him.
That was a good match. I enjoyed it. What are your thoughts on Prince Pretty?
I think he's underutilized. I think it would be fun to see him get some sort of singles push. It's Raw, 3 hours. You need something. Don't exactly know what Fandango's timetable is to return. But I'm not saying you need to put him together if he does, but...
Quick thing about Fandango. When he comes back, repackage the guy. Repackage the guy.
He beat Y2J at WrestleMania. His debut was at WrestleMania.
Okay,
Why?
then he was jobbing like the next night. Like, Summer Rae's gone. The whole Fashion Police thing has died down. Like, bring Johnny Curtis back. I love Johnny Curtis. Bring him back, god damn it. Alright, moving on from that. The Revival defeat the Authors of Pain, Lucha House Party, and the B-Team in a Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match to become number 1 contenders for the Raw Tag Team titles.
I think this was just WWE like catering to the internet and
That's
saying
what-
like, oh, we're shaking things up. Look, we had the Revival win, so now they're number 1 contenders. Look, we are
That's
doing
what-
change, and then give it, the go home show before
I think they
Rumble.
were
And
just
Revival's
trying
not even gonna be on the show.
I think they were just trying to revive the tag team division.
Nah, bro.
Revive the tag team division.
Oh, I see what you did there. Hello. No, but look, it's simple. Like, that's what Raw and SmackDown were. They were catering to the smarks, to us, the guys like us. That's
Revival just need to quit WWE, go to All Elite Wrestling, so we can finally get that Revival Young Bucks feud. That's all we want.
Hey, Matt Jackson tweeted it will happen in 2019, so we'll see.
Lucha
Maybe.
House Party rules.
No.
I had to laugh. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
Is that what you want to contest this podcast under, Lucha House Party rules?
Well, it's 4 people in the podcast for once.
Yeah, this is a Lucha House Party.
Okay. Seth Rollins has a backstage promo and he's interrupted by Baron Corbin. Thoughts on the segment? Are you going to say something, Ulysses? You have the mic.
I was gonna say something, but not anymore.
I thought it was a decent promo by him, and now we're setting up a match between Baron Corbin and Seth Rollins, so it looks like Baron Corbin's sticking around, even though he's just been completely buried 12 feet underground.
We shall see. All right, and then Rowdy Ronda Rousey, the Raw Women's Champion, who I got to see live at TLC. I was very impressed. I was very impressed.
Ronda Rousey is so comfortable on the mic for the short amount of time she's been wrestling. I love her. Every time she speaks, I feel like, she's actually there to do something.
When Ronda speaks, I love it when she speaks just like short sentences.
Yep.
Like, give her like 2 sentences.
Short,
and
sweet,
that's
and
it.
to the point.
Yeah.
Because then she starts going off about airline whatever waitresses, and she starts talking about avocado toast and stuff like that.
Avocado toast. That's probably my favorite Under the Radar episode.
I got off on a little bit of a tangent there. Even though I never had avocado toast. Sounds tasty.
Let's go get some avocado toast after this.
Pretty sure they
guys.
sell it at
No.
Panera.
That and a bang. Let's be millennials like that.
I'm drinking Monster right now, but
No, I bang, bro.
We banging out here, bro.
So thoughts on Rousey?
I mean, it's all right. I mean, she's done acting, she's done actual fighting. I mean, I'm not surprised that she will catch up and understand the business right away, especially with so much help behind the scenes with her.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these moves she's taken for the first time, and she's executing some of these moves for the first time
No,
in front of live
and then
crowds.
the
It's
judo
all
moves,
working out.
the judo moves she actually does, they're pretty impressive.
That step up knee, that step up Superwoman punch, I thought was amazing. So yeah,
It was kind of like Charlotte is like I felt like she turned heel and then they just completely reverted back and like nothing really happened. They didn't
Yes.
really obviously have a long way to go to tell in this triple threat storyline if that's where they're going, but
Honestly, Raw has gotten better because of Ronda trying to fight Becky and Charlotte.
oh of course,
And that's like the only thing that Raw has going for them the last few weeks.
yeah. So then after that, Stephanie McMahon, because she's the leader of the women's division, she's the leader of the women's
she
revolution.
gave us women's wrestling.
She did give us women's wrestling, like not TNA. TNA wasn't doing that. It was Stephanie McMahon.
Forget about Mildred Burke and Fabulous Moolah and all of those women.
Forget about Mae Young.
Stephanie McMahon gifted us women's wrestling.
Yes. She comes out, says there's going to be a gauntlet match. Winner gets an opportunity at Rousey in the championship. Natty wins.
Well, after Stephanie McMahon calmed down all the school children who were yelling at each other in the classroom, she organized them, put them in a single file line, and told them, you guys are all going to fight each other to determine who's going to be the number one contender. So once again, the McMahons, specifically Stephanie, just degrading the women again.
It's okay, man.
And it was also kind of like, oh, if this is happening for the women's title, how come this didn't happen when Tyler Breeze came out to face Dean Ambrose? So just kind of like the whole open challenge thing, it kind of doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And if you really think about it for more than 5 seconds, because how did somebody know that he was going to do an open challenge if they don't have a match set up?
So here's my problem with this whole segment. You have Ronda saying, I want an open challenge. And then you have a women's gauntlet match. I'm like, oh, it's about to go down on Raw. Ronda's going to fight all these women one by one.
That'd be dope.
That's what I thought they were going with.
That's why they try to keep you intrigued. Like, oh, Ronda's going to wrestle by the end of the show. Nope.
No, she's going to wrestle all of them, like, right now. Like, just have them come up one by one, like in the game. I think the game has...
Yeah, one of the games did that in like 2010 or something like that.
Yeah, they have something like that. And I'm like, okay, this is going to happen. Ronda's going to take the whole women's Raw roster right now in the gauntlet match. I can see her winning. But no, it's like, oh, number one contendership. Like, when did they say that?
Sometime. It
Yeah.
probably happened during the commercial break. Like a lot of stuff on Raw.
Yeah,
They
no.
just winged it.
Well, technically they were lying because technically they recorded 2 episodes of Raw that day. So technically she did face the winner at the end of
Dude,
the
that's
day.
6 hours of Raw. I love that.
I wonder how much were the tickets for that?
Probably the same price.
Wow.
Well, you got to think the second episode doesn't have commercials, so it's not a complete 3 hours. They get it done in like 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's still a full-on pay-per-view.
Should have went. It was in Sacramento.
We should have, man.
Could have made the trip. Only
I
you
heard
know.
the Fresno one was a lot better.
Oh, we could have made that one too.
I'm scared because it's an actual Christmas episode. I'm scared to see what I already saw some of the spoilers.
A miracle. Was it like a Miracle on Bourbon Street brawl? Something that they do like that.
The pollution in the air.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about Smackdown.
We didn't even talk about the actual gauntlet match.
I mean, did we talk about that?
Natty won. There was some decent action going on, and a lot of women getting pinned clean.
That's
A lot of damage being done.
That's pretty much what happened.
Just have Ronda just clean house with the whole women's roster right there.
Yes.
I kind of agree with Carlos.
You're speaking to the mic, man.
They can hear me. I'm loud.
No, they can't.
I actually agree with Carlos. I actually thought that Ronda Rousey was just going to give a shellacking to half the women locker room, but then I kind of got displeased with this gauntlet. But I'm happy that Natty won. It's a long time coming. She deserved it. I feel that she deserved it. And
You say shellacking? That's a $7 word, buddy.
$7 words. All right, chill.
Yeah.
Instead of 7 stars.
No.
No 7 stars?
No. What'd you give this match? A soft 6?
Soft 6 on the gauntlet match in total. Maybe a hard 5.
Hard 5?
Hard 5.
Hard 5. Yeah.
Ain't no hard 10.
Oh no, nobody's a hard 10 like Ty Dillinger. Ask Peyton Royce. Oh my God. Let's talk about SmackDown Live. So,
Okay.
He went there.
Yep, I did. All right, locker room speech. Shane McMahon has the locker room
Best
together.
in the world, Shane McMahon.
Best in the world, Shane McMahon.
There we go.
/ The Miz.
Give him respect.
Yes, he has the locker room together.
Like a good teacher, assembling all the school
Yes.
children.
He gets Paige. He says, she's done a wonderful job as general manager. Thank you for your services. She will still be utilized. So that's awesome. And then we have the man, Becky Lynch, make her way out to the ring. She's cutting a promo. Charlotte interrupts her. They're talking. Charlotte talks about her title reigns. And then Asuka comes out. Vince comes out. Vince McMahon on SmackDown. I popped. I don't know why.
Like, the last time you saw him was when he got headbutted by Owens, right?
Yeah, on SmackDown. I wasn't expecting to see Vince on SmackDown.
But before all of that segment, we go back to the Shane McMahon one. If you look at
Best in the world, Shane McMahon.
you look at Big E looking at Daniel Bryan while he's eating that pancake. That's like the funniest gif I've seen the whole year.
Dude, apparently those pancakes are like frozen when they throw them.
I'm not surprised. Why would you want to get hit by a hot pancake?
Because so you can eat it. Like, what if you're hungry during the show? Don't want to go to concession.
That's true. Why not have beer then thrown around then?
Okay, no, it's not 1998. All right, yeah. So, what are your thoughts on the Flair Lynch promo and Vince?
So everything in total, even with the Naomi stuff. So Becky comes out, Charlotte comes out, Asuka comes out. They're all yelling at each other. It was fine. They were good. And then Vince comes out, and then he just like douses freaking water on all the fire and all the heat that they had on this. He's just like, Becky, get over it. You know, whatever. Stuff happens.
It was a TLC match.
Yeah, it was just
No
like,
disqualification.
and it's just like he's who wants to challenge Asuka, and then Naomi comes out and is like, okay, you said some words, good enough, go out there. It was just like, it's kind of dumb. It didn't really make a whole lot of sense of why Vince was coming out and just not, I'm gonna say buried, but it's just like cooled off
Cooled off all the natural heat coming from TLC, right?
All that
Yeah.
hot fire.
Yeah.
All that milk of Magnesia.
Yep.
Yep. Well, anyway, Asuka has a match with Naomi defending her SmackDown Live Women's title. She wins. Asuka wins.
I saw a tweet, and it was a tweet that this match broke the record for most colors inside the ring at one time.
Really? Now?
What? That's a thing?
Oh,
Yeah.
is that really a thing?
So many colors
Wow.
between the
Wow.
two of them.
Hey, congrats to both Naomi and Asuka.
Hey, nah, no lie. When she hit her with that, the rear view, I honestly, I thought for a second that Naomi won. I was like, what are they doing? Like, they had me there for a second when she jumped up and threw her ass in her face. Yeah.
I mean, it's a deadly move.
Yeah, it is.
Hey.
I mean, I think she's won championships with that thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she beat Alexa Bliss with that move.
Taguchi Japan has one that way too.
I love Taguchi Japan.
God damn it. All right. So, and then we get into a very, very funny part of Monday Night Raw. Vincent Kennedy McMahon. His door's knocked on by co-best in the world, Mike Mizanin, The Miz, your boy.
Oh.
And Vince is like, no, Shane can't come out to play. And then
Naruto?
Miz was asking for Vince's blessing so that he and Shane can be tag team partners and be co-best in the world together. What are your thoughts on this, Carlos?
I don't know. I just look at the Miz. I'm like, Naruto?
Same.
Yeah, the headband.
Same.
Yeah, we need to come up with a name for him. But I thought it was pretty funny. Like the whole switch, Mandy Rhodes with instead of his wife.
Oh, we're gonna get into that.
Yeah, but it's a good segment. Like just how Vince closes the door on him.
Yeah, like that's classic Vince McMahon.
So he has one more question, and he's just like slap.
What do you think about it, Ulysses?
I feel like this is how Vince McMahon is in real life. Sometimes to his employees. It's just like if he.
Yesterday.
You finally watched that?
No, I've been watching it, but I watched it again, and I just saw the whole puke segment, and I'm like, damn, that's typical McMahon.
Yep.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I thought this segment was atrocious. I thought it was awkward and it was clunky, and it was definitely like a live segment. It wasn't taped because like Vince messed up his lines like at least 2 or 3 times. Because at first he said, you're gonna pick a tag team partner, and then Miz realized he messed up. He was like, I'm gonna pick it, and then I think Vince caught on. He's like, no, I'm gonna pick it, and it's just like it was awkward and it was weird, and like the comedy didn't really land with me. It was just I wasn't the biggest fan of this.
So you rather watch somebody wrestle a blow up doll?
No.
That's better comedy.
No. Moving on from that. Jeff Hardy has an intervention. Samoa Joe comes out there and he says, Jeff, this is an intervention, man. And they talk for a little bit. Jeff hits him with a twist of fate. And, yeah.
Was this just like a hard reset? Just like we're dropping this, just like Aiden English and Rusev. It's like, okay, we got this out the way. We're not doing this anymore. Because that's just what it felt like. It was like Samoa Joe was going to do something, and then Jeff Hardy just like laughed at him, hit him with a twist of fate, and just dipped. Like, I'm done with you.
We get the title. I mean, not the title. We get the match next week on SmackDown, so we'll see.
We will see. No spoilers on this show.
Man,
Yeah.
you should have had them do like a show instead of like a TLC chairs match instead of Rey Mysterio.
We don't need more matches on TLC. That show was long enough.
Show's amazing,
But
dude.
instead of having Randy and Ray have that chairs match, you could have had them do that.
No, but you had to have Randy Orton on the show. He's responsible for the 3 most deadly letters in all of wrestling. R, K, O.
I mean, I feel like every WWE show I've been to, Randy Orton's been on it.
Yeah,
I've seen more Randy Orton matches than any other person in my life.
Same. I think that's true for me, too.
Can't get away from him.
Can't get away from the Viper. It's in his veins. He's in our veins. Whoa.
I mean, I lost faith in Randy after that last title reign.
Bro. What are you talking about?
I mean, I don't take him serious anymore. I'm like, dude, just retire already.
Dude, like, he dropped the title to my boy Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal was the last WWE champion in main event of pay-per-view. Just let that sink in. Yeah.
Technically, Daniel Bryan was on the main event with Brock Lesnar.
I'll talk about the last time. The last time the WWE Championship was defended in a main event, it was my boy,
Okay.
Jinder Mahal.
Don't hinder the gender.
Yeah, don't hinder my gender, bro. Alright, so then we get on to Mike Mizanin teaming with God's greatest gift, Mandy Rose, defeating R-Truth and Carmella, number 30 in the Women and Men's Royal Rumbles, and they have an all-expense paid vacation to WWE headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut. What are your thoughts on this match, Ulysses?
I thought it was an okay match, but I just want to point out that I really love Mandy Rose. Not in a creepy way, I just really like her.
What do you say not a creepy way? It makes it creepy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I've seen you looking through her Instagram page.
what the hell? No, but I really like Mandy Rose. I don't like Carmelo too. I thought this match.
Shout out to Demandy's Donuts.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
the
yeah.
Mandy's Donuts. I love them.
Great series.
She got some nice
Yeah.
donuts.
Sonya Deville, very underrated, by the way.
Dude, why'd you stop talking?
Anyways, I thought it was
Kind
a
of
very.
nuts we talking
It was in and out. It was a quick match. No, not a lot of botches. They just got in and out. Miz got the win, which as he should. Mandy Rose, speaking of her Instagram, posted a nice little photo of like before and after when she was on Tough Enough and Miz was the host, and now they're wrestling together. So
Yeah.
cute. So cute.
I got to see a dance break live at TLC. That was great.
I missed it because I was 45 minutes late to the show
True.
because SAP has terrible parking, and I showed up like
It was raining that day.
at 3:30.
Absolutely.
I thought it was cool. It was a good matchup. I mean, the whole comedy aspect of R-Truth thinking Mandy Rose was Mrs. Wife and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because she's blonde.
Makes sense. They all look alike. All right. And then,
Whoa! We can't just let that casual racism slide.
what
You said it.
racism?
You said all blondes look the same. It's hairism.
Oh, my God.
All lives matter, Philip.
You sound like a social justice warrior.
Hey. All lives matter, bro. And hair.
Get away from
I'm
me,
offended. I'm
Carlos.
offended. I'm triggered.
You're triggered?
I'm triggered. You know,
Bro.
I know blonde people.
Look,
I'm
man,
triggered.
I could tell you some things like we don't really exist. A good buddy of ours, Thomas Lothian, I had this discussion with him today. Like we don't really exist. This is all simulation.
So we're like,
Bro,
in
you
the
gotta lay
Matrix or
off the.
something?
You gotta lay off the acid.
That's what he was telling me.
Well, you gotta lay off the acid.
Like this is all simulation. Like you're not real, Ulysses. You're not real. Like I'm not really touching you right now. You're not real.
So you're part of the Matrix, bro.
Like
We're just like some aliens reality computer simulation.
yeah, he told me to get woke. I'm like, oh my god. So yeah, we can just talk about this for the rest of the show.
Should have another
I
podcast.
No, let's not do that.
No, I smell like a literal under the radar episode coming up. We got like just super in depth. We got to go Chris Jericho conspiracy theories over here.
Oh man, those are awesome.
Oh, I haven't seen those.
All right, so the Usos, they cut a promo with the Good Brothers, the guys who haven't been on SmackDown in 4 months, man. Gallows and Anderson.
Once again, more wrestlers complaining about being pushed when it should be about winning championships, not about being pushed.
Exactly. It's all about winning the gold.
They
Yes.
should leave and join All Elite Wrestling.
Yep. So Usos, they tell them if you don't step up, you get stepped on. That's what happens around her. So they have a match and sanity ensues. See what I did there?
Yep.
Sanity comes out. They attack the Usos. They attack the Good Brothers. because the Bar was on their way to do that anyway. Then the Bar attacks them. So we just got all these tag teams in one segment on SmackDown.
I mean, but it looked like Sanity. No, the Bar just went in there trying to make a name for themselves, but
Make a name for themselves as the champions.
I know, like, trying to be like, oh, we're the top team right here, but, like, Sanity just did that for you. So they got the more heat than the Bar did.
I don't really know what to say. It was just kind of reintroducing the entire tag team division because we've only seen the Usos, the Bar, and New Day for like the past 3 months or whatever. So
Yeah.
it just kind of reminds you, oh yeah, Sandy's on the show, and I really hope that means Nikki Cross is going to come to SmackDown because I think if Nikki Cross comes to SmackDown, put the entire Sanity group together, and you have Asuka versus Nikki Cross. I don't know, going into WrestleMania if that's what the SmackDown match is. I think that'd be fun.
And I agree with you on that one because the story just gels. There's a story right there. So I really hope that happens as well.
Yes. All right, and then Shinsuke Nakamura.
Sonic?
Yes, Sonic the Hedgehog cuts a
You
promo.
didn't even talk about Rusev's promo. I thought Rusev's promo was actually really good. Like, I really like Rusev's personality. It's like his real personality. It's kind of weird and awkward, but that's just who he is, so I like it.
Yeah, and Shinsuke, probably one of the most awkward-looking people ever,
He's old.
talks about how awkward Rusev is, and he says, "You're a Total Diva," showing all his clips of Total Divas. And Rusev likes to show off his legs,
As he should.
as he should. He's very nice legs.
Squat master right there.
Absolutely.
He can
How do you
squat a
feel-
house.
Carlos, how do you feel about Rusev's legs?
I mean, what do you think his submission so effective? Like the
The accolade?
accolade, it's all squat, it's all leg muscles right there.
Oh, of course. It's all
All that pressure, all that squatting.
absolutely, man. You gotta love those legs, bro. If you're not loving those legs, I don't know what you're doing with your life.
But he's taller than
Thick thighs save lives.
Man. Hey! Alright! Alright, and then we have the main event of SmackDown Live. We have the newest member of SmackDown Live coming from 205 Live. Mustafa Ali teams with the phenomenal AJ Styles, former WWE champion, former IWGP champion. There's your New Japan talk. Don't mention it again on my show. They go on to defeat the current reigning, defending Real World Heavyweight Champion, the new Daniel Bryan, and Andrade Cien Almas.
I love this new Daniel Bryan. I don't know if
Thank
what
you.
other people.
Hey, you can't say that. You're drinking out of this plastic water bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stainless steel water
Stainless
bottle.
steel.
Right here.
And you notice on commentary at TLC, they said he replaced the leather strap of the WWE title with a new vegan-friendly strap.
Yeah.
No, he hasn't.
That's what they said.
I said he's going to, but he hasn't done it yet. I'm looking forward to that hemp title.
Dude, that's gonna be
Oh
awesome.
man, that hemp title is gonna be dope.
It's gonna be awesome.
But I love this Daniel Bryan. It reminds me of the Dragon back in ROH, where he used to.
He kind of had that
that-
gear at TLC. If you looked at it,
Yeah.
look at the design on it real carefully.
Yeah, and it reminded me so much of the Dragon, like when he was in ROH as the ROH World Champion. I love this. I absolutely adore this Daniel Bryan.
Carlos, what are your thoughts on the new Daniel Bryan?
I don't know. I just love the whole vegan thing. It's just hilarious.
Hilarious. It's
Just-
true.
There's somebody. If you look at the ramp, there's one person holding a sign that says, "I use this sign to write to." I use this sign. I wrote on this sign just to waste paper. And Brian looks at it and then just keeps on walking towards the ramp.
So after TLC, my buddy and I went to like where they come out from the cars or whatever, right?
Yeah.
We chant Brian's name. We just chant Fickle at him, and he looks at us with this glare. But we started chanting Fickle. And he had a little smirk on his face. So he's into it, man. He's really into it.
Yeah.
You love the new Daniel Bryan?
I said I am in love with the new Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan's always been my boy. Now they switch things up. I love him. And, Fresno, shame on you. Luckily, when I drive down to LA or San Diego, I just roll right past Fresno or wherever. I just, don't even look at them. Who cares about Fresno?
Dude,
Because
I
they
would've
are the most polluted city in the state of California.
That was funny.
I would have loved a promo from Daniel Bryan at TLC.
That was funny.
would've
They
loved
they
that.
all cheered because it was polluted.
They're all proud of it.
They
That's
they
a
cheered.
proud farming community. A lot
Look,
of cow
man.
farts over there.
Daniel Bryan possibly injured though. After Ali hits his finisher, the 054.
Took some knees to the chest.
Did take some knees to the chest. Did not look good for for D-Bry.
What do you guys think of Mustafa Ali? I think he settled really well. I mean, he has a lot of confidence in what he's doing, and it also helps out that
His theme song is badass.
yeah, his theme song is badass, and also it helps out that he's working with these top guys: AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, even Cien Almas, La Sombra, which I know him by, and
No more New Japan talk on the show.
no, well, he's AAA.
That's CML.
See, I mean,
The
CMLL,
CMLL.
AAA.
Yeah.
Former IWGP Intercontinental Champion, though.
Yep.
So still New Japan talk.
No, but oh yeah, you have something to say?
I mean, that's how wrestlers are nowadays, though. Like, you think big, bulky guys like Vince used to like them? No, they're like smaller guys like Mustafa, Daniel Bryan, AJ.
And that's why Lars Sullivan and EC3 are getting called up.
Dude, I have a theory about Lars Sullivan. He should be Daniel Bryan's heavy.
Or it could be EC3's heavy.
No. He should be Daniel Bryan's heavy.
Or he could feud with Daniel Bryan. He'd be like,
No,
"How do you
no,
meet,
no.
bro."
Dude, he should be Daniel Bryan's heavy. He won't have to speak. That will be
Well, Lars
awesome.
Sullivan can speak, and I think he is a smart enough guy that he can come across as someone who is a vegan, even though if he's not, he can preach that lifestyle and kind
Or
of
have him face off like, "I want to eat meat, bro."
be like converted, kind of.
Like the way CM Punk had the straight edge society, that's kind of what I want with the new Daniel Bryan. Get like a vegan society or a vegan group or something, or a vegan cult. I don't know.
So who we have as a heavy and the girl?
Lars Sullivan.
Brie Bella comes back.
Wow.
Sonya Deville's not
Bunch
doing
of-
anything.
bunch of
Sonya Deville's not doing nothing. Could you imagine that group? Bryan, Deville, and Sullivan.
That'd be a pretty cool group.
That'd just be awesome.
I was shocked that Mustafa Ali actually pinned Daniel Bryan. I was thinking, Almas
The new Daniel Bryan.
Sorry, the new Daniel Bryan. I was pretty sure that Almas was going to eat the pin here, but since Bryan lost to Ali, I'm not opposed to it. I think obviously I don't think Daniel Bryan should be losing all that often, but if this builds up to a nice little feud to Royal Rumble, it should be fun.
Does this mean that Mustafa Ali gets a title shot, or what does it mean now?
I mean, I think you can build him up and have him, because the Royal Rumble, you don't need to have a big-ass title match, so you can have Ali versus Bryan at the Royal Rumble. We all know Bryan's going to win anyways, but it's going to be a good match, and you don't have to tie up AJ Styles. He could be in the Rumble.
I mean, if this was New Japan, yes, but it's not. So it's WWE.
I don't want to upset the
Yeah,
Podfather.
it's a real product.
He's looking at me with those eyes, just saying when he says no more New Japan talk, he means no more New Japan.
You got
talk.
lust in your eyes for Japan, brother. We're talking about the American soil promotion.
That's coming from the guy who wants to get beat up by Minoru Suzuki.
I do. I still do. So I'll get beat up by
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Tribute to the Troops is tonight. Watch it. Apparently Roman Reigns was on the show. The show was taped a few weeks ago. It's usually just good, wholesome fun. Go watch it. Superstar Spotlight. Who do we got? Who do we have? You know what? You know who I'm going to pick this week?
Who?
You know who I'm going to pick? I am going to have to pick Mustafa Ali. Getting a big win over my boy D-Bry, the new Daniel Bryan.
Yep.
That's how you have to address him all the time now.
Daniel Bryan.
Carlos, what about your pick?
I want to say Marty Squirrels for the new stable.
Marty Squirrel.
Squirrel?
Squirrel. Marty Squirrel.
Marty Skrull.
Squirrel. I can't.
I saw some squirrels walking by me while I was walking to the,
If
to the studio.
Skrull was in the studio, he'd call you a little numpty.
He's my friend on Twitter.
He's your friend on Twitter?
Yeah.
He followed you on Twitter?
No, he commented back.
So in that case, I'm friends with Lana then.
Oh yeah, that's the rule. Like if a celebrity
That's why I'm saying that.
if a celebrity or popular figure likes or comments on one of your tweets or Instagrams or whatever, you guys are like friends. Like David Arquette and I, we're friends.
The Rainmaker and me.
Sam Roberts and I are friends.
Same with Rocky Romero.
Like
I'm part of Chaos.
yeah, Charlotte and I, we chill. We
I just
hang.
need Ishii to like my stuff.
Yep. Superstar
My
Spotlight.
superstar spotlight. I'll go with Ronda. I wasn't the biggest fan of her performance on Raw, but I think I said this on Under the Radar. I think the match she had with Nia Jax was both Nia and Ronda's best singles match of their career. I thought it was a really good match by both of them, and Ronda Rousey. Hopefully, the match she has next week with Natalya is really good. I haven't heard anything otherwise, but it should be fun next week.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, the promo pick of the week. Why don't you tell us what we got?
I'm sorry, Philip. More New Japan talk.
Oh my God!
But
but it's Jericho, so I'm okay.
But last week they had the New Japan Wrestle Kingdom 13 press conferences, and they had the press conference with Chris Jericho and Naito. You can go watch it on New Japan on their YouTube channel. The entire press conferences up there, 30 minutes, I believe, and they just kind of go back and forth talking trash to each other. And in the end, they get into a big brawl, and Chris Jericho cuts a little promo by himself afterwards, and Chris Jericho, draped in leather, looking like an angry, middle-aged man.
Looked like the Undertaker for a second. Like just like the getup.
Dude, he looked like Vampiro. Nice 99, 98 Vampiro.
But yeah, no, you can also watch it on Facebook Live. Like,
Yeah.
that's when I watched that segment on Friday night. It's pretty cool. I mean, we're gonna see more though. Speaking of like Kenny and Tanahashi and stuff like that. There's other matchups too. But it was a good promo either way.
I feel like they should use press conferences a lot more in WWE or other wrestling promotions. Nice sports-like feel to it.
Yeah, and the thing I like about Naito, he's so nonchalant about Chris Jericho. He talks to him, but he does. I feel like he doesn't even look at him. He doesn't even acknowledge him. And the fight, the brawl at the end, you can hear just a Naito saying "Tranquilo, Jericho-san." Oh. Yeah, and it was actually really, it's like his heartbeat doesn't go past 80. He's just so cool, calm, collected. And you see Jericho all angry. So I feel like their match at the Tokyo Dome could possibly steal the show. I know there's a lot of matches that could, but I feel like that one is gonna be very memorable.
Yep.
The whole Tranquilo thing, like Naito's telling Jericho to be Tranquilo, and Jericho's like, "Hell no, I'm crazy. I'm effing crazy. Like I don't need to be calm."
Tranquilo.
Yeah, but like I like that whole be calm, bro. But no, you're not. And then you're past your prime. You're like during the press conference, Naito all he said is like, "You're not even in your prime anymore." And Jericho's like, "I don't need to be in my prime. I can still beat you up, you know."
Yeah. All right, let's get.
Remember when after WrestleMania 30 they did press conferences and then they never did it again?
Yeah.
Good times, good times. You can watch those on the WWE Network if you want.
WrestleMania 30, one of the better WrestleManias.
Just like awkward press conferences with like definitely not press people there, just asking gimmick questions.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dean Ambrose head on the table looking bored at AF.
They dropped that real quick.
Yeah.
I think Paul Heyman had like a good promo after the streak ended or something like
Oh
that.
yeah, of course. You
But
know,
everything else was just meh.
It's Heyman Hustle. All right, the match pick of the week. Here we go. Tommy Dreamer versus Zandig, CZW Payback from April 4th of 2001. This match was all over the place. It was outside. It was in a really worn down building. That's probably what Hood Slam looks like, to be honest.
We still need to go to Hood
Yeah,
Slam.
they're every Friday in Oakland. Every Friday now.
Every first Friday. Is it every Friday now?
That's every Friday now.
Every Friday. They ramping things up now.
They're
Shout
really
out to
going at it. What'd you guys think of this match of Dreamer and Zandig?
I wish WWE's paybacks were like that.
This is not my cup of tea. I do not like garbage wrestling and a lot of light tube shots and chair shots and all this other BS that goes on. You know, as long as if they stay safe, no diseases are contracted or serious injuries, and it makes money. I mean, you do you, boo, but it's not for me.
This was, I was just doing some research. This was just after ECW closed. And a lot of hardcore wrestlers trying to find a place to, to hone their craft. And I agree
Hone their craft? Is there a craft to be honed?
Yes.
You just bash each other over the
Yeah,
head.
I know. I was about to say, like, I like hardcore wrestling, but there has to be some athleticism involved. It can't just be light tubes and flaming tables and barbed wire. There has to be some athletic aspect to it. But I did like this match. I thought it was a pretty decent match.
Gotta be
You
story,
know,
damn
I
it.
like Get Out horror, not Saw and bloody porn horror.
There's gotta be ruthless.
I mean, have you guys ever seen the exploding water Japanese barbed wire death match?
No.
Those were fun.
Piranha match?
Piranha match? Yeah, I've seen that one too.
It's just like plywood with like scissors
No, I've seen CCW.
taped on there, and then they just slam each other on that.
Typical
Jesus.
CCW.
Crazy.
Right?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, follow us on Twitter at BulletCast, Instagram The BulletCast, YouTube channel The BulletCast. We're on SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Play. Email us BulletCast2 as in the number 2, sweet SWET at gmail.com. We're on 99.9 FM KW in Watsonville. We're on iHeartRadio. And Christmas is coming up next week. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays from the BulletCast family to yours. And yep, there you go, man. I think we'll say Happy New Year at the 100th episode next week. And what's going on? What is this?
I got you a present.
I mean, a present.
Ooh.
So you can put it in the Bullet Cast stand at the table every time you're on air.
Is it Jennifer Lopez?
It's New Japan.
Is it Mariah Carey?
A-Rod would
He
not
said
approve
it's
of
something
that.
involved with New Japan.
Is it the
Ooh.
Bullet Babe? Is it one of the buddies?
Brandy Rhodes, bro.
Wait, what? Wait, hold on. You just say Brandy Rhodes?
Oh my gosh.
What the?
It's a Triple H pop.
Oh my god!
So you'd be part of the authority all the time you're on air. And it has a hammer. But I was gonna switch the hammer for some shovels, so you can bury your
Why
competition.
didn't you give me Vince?
Wow.
There's a Vince pop figure?
Yes! Look at it!
Oh my god. There's a
Hey,
Vince pop figure.
Just wait for your birthday.
I'll,
January 4th.
I'll be in Napa. You know, the Podfather has dates, he makes towns, he's a traveling champion. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up for us right here. Episode 100 next week. Brandon and myself and the King of the Hill, Chris, will be recording that in the estate of the Podfather.
Is that the Bulletcast Awards?
That's the Bulletcast Awards, guys. You know, we have Male Wrestler of the Year, Female Wrestler of the Year, Match of the Year, OMG Moment of the Year. A lot of year-end awards are going to be happening on podcasts, so
Maybe you can stay tuned. Maybe you can find out a way how to vote.
yeah, you never know, man. I need them by, Monday? You know, so
Just open a Twitter poll.
open a
Or Instagram.
Instagram, yeah. DM us on Instagram, and I'll send you the questions, and you're just walking off set.
No. I have to go get my phone.
Oh my
He's gonna
god!
go vote right now.
All right,
Yeah, exactly.
exactly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. We'll see you at episode 100. Goodbye and good night. Mwah!
This has been the Bulletcast. Thank you for listening.